it's another track day video. I decided to do something a little different this time. Do a little voiceover, kind of tell you guys what I'm thinking in the video and what I'm going through when I'm driving at the track. And see if I can point out a couple of the pointers and make things a little bit more interesting. I bought some new gloves here, OMP gloves. If you guys are looking for some racing gloves, look up OMP outlet. You can Google OMP outlet and they have a pretty good price on it. They don't have all the sizes in the world, but it's if you can find your size, you can get a good price on it. And here's the first session of the day coming up. In this video, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the tire that I have. It's an R888r tires. I've used it for about 6 track days at this point, and the compound has pretty much heat cycled out. And for 6 track days, I ran about 18 sessions to 19 sessions of about 15 to 20 minute sessions, so that gives you an idea. But these tires, yeah, once they heat cycle out, they just don't leak at all. I still have good, a decent amount of thread left, at least maybe 15% or so after this entire day was over. So that was a little surprising to me. I was hoping this tire would have similar compound as NT01s, which would grip all the way down to the cord, but these tires just didn't do that. So as you can see in this video, you'll see me a lot of sawing at the steering wheel, just trying to get some the power down. As you can see right there, pretty much have to feather the throttle input just to be able to go forward, otherwise the rear end just breaks loose. And usually these tires tend to give me best lap time after about 2nd or 3rd lap, and it stays fairly consistent lap after lap for a good 15 minutes or so. But at this point the tire would actually become extremely greasy after just about 2 laps. So I found out later that I had to try to put my best lap down the 1st or 2nd lap of the session. Otherwise, after that, it was just pretty much trying to hang on, try not to get into the gutter. And this Corvette coming up, I've noticed this session that he's pretty much losing control. I believe he ends up crashing his car actually this day. He runs into one of the barriers. I believe, I'm pretty positive this is the same guy. But yeah, some of the drivers, just, you know, you have to be careful. Again, most mistakes come from overconfidence and overspeeding into the corner, especially when they see a car coming up behind you. They tend to not slow down, not brake early enough, just because you want to push yourself. But a lot of times you just gotta try to blind yourself from looking at that rear view mirror and do what you do and stay within your confidence zone, so that way you don't do things like that. And here's that first taste of compound getting hard right there, and that was, I almost shit my pants there. It was about 85-90 miles an hour and the rear end just snapped out. So from this point on, I'm really telling myself it's not worth it. I'm just gonna cut my pace down, and I'm pretty much running about 1.5 to 2 seconds behind my own pace that I normally run with good tires. And that white car in front of me is a 991.2 Carrera S, and I met the gentleman who was driving the car and seemed like a nice guy, and we were very close in our track times. I believe I was about 0.5 seconds behind his pace this day. I really wish I had decent tires. It would have been a better race, but this entire session, I believe I'm just pretty much having fun with him, just trying to follow his pace, and again just getting frustrated a little bit out of every corner just because I can't put any of the power down. That Carrera is bone stock, by the way. It has OEM tires as well, so yeah, those 911s are pretty quick out of the box. did order some new wheels, and I will be getting new sets of tires after once the new wheels arrive. So I am excited, and I will make another video when I do get them. Don't want to tell you guys what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a nice improvement over stock, and I'm hoping I can finally get into 52-second range with that new setup. Controlling the slide, learning to control all that, but when you're chasing somebody, it's just extremely frustrating. Oh, and right here, I do want to say something about that red Miata, and excuse my language here. I believe I got very surprised by it. That Miata was literally going, I don't know if he was cooling down or what he was doing, but he was literally going about 35 miles an hour into that braking zone and chicane. It's very dangerous, guys. When you need to cool your stuff down or whatnot, you don't have to go that slow, because cars that are going on their full beans, it's very dangerous, especially throughout the chicane like that, because your car's balance is upset, and now you have to slam on that brake before you think you'll have to slam on that brake. And again, if you are in the middle of the weight transfer, it could be very dangerous in fact. So again, I'm not sure what he was doing. I don't know if the car was broken, but you should never be driving on track during the session at very slow pace. You actually do want to go about 7/10 of your normal pace while you're cooling down. That's actually a better way to cool down your car. You don't want to be going 2/10 or 3/10 of the car's capacity. And this was a little fun part as well. That red, that's a Z06 C7, and it shows you here exactly how the driver that either doesn't know the track or cannot properly hit the lines, can underperform. And it's kind of surprised me this day that he was running with advanced group, but there are a couple turns that he just misses braking points and he misses apex, and he loses a lot of time on that. With Z06, it should never be running at this pace. They're ultimately at least 2-3 seconds faster than my best lap time. So and there's that gentleman with the blue, I believe that's Camaro SS1LE. Didn't really want to lose to a Camaro, but I think this day down the road on my third session, I kind of let it pass. I had to. The tires just weren't holding up. I had to put that pride aside. There are a bunch of RX-7s there you saw. I think there's a whole RX-7 group of people that showed up this day, and a bunch of RX-7s, RX-8s. That was cool to hear a lot of rotaries zooming by, and RX-7s are one of my cars that Fast and Furious days when I was younger. It's a car that I looked up to, including Supra. See that right there? He missed that apex by a mile, and it's a long straight. It's very important. You need to hit that late apex on that corner, otherwise you lose a bunch of speed. Again, you see that Z06, just poor car. much done. My tire just doesn't even grip anymore. Here's a little clip of the Formula car someone brought. It's like a thunder going by when it passes by. Almost hurts your ears. There he goes. Bye bye. Here's the last clip, that blue SS1LE. The gentleman, he saw me coming up behind it. I think, remember what I told you. You see that car behind you, you tend to overcook it, and this is what he does. Right there, he almost runs into those cones right there. He barely made it. Barely made it. Well, and that's it, guys. I'm gonna cut it short here, and again, next time I upload something, it's gonna be most likely my new wheels and tire setup going up in the car, and I'm excited. Hopefully we can get some better times next time. Thanks, cheers.